Hi everybody, welcome back. We are now going to talk about the properties of logarithms. This is part one of a two-part video series. The second part will be for the videos for Monday. So there are these properties here we're going to talk about today are called the simplification properties. This is methods for rewriting logarithms. Typically what you're going to do is either going to have a single logarithm that you're going to tear apart, or you're going to have a sum or differences of logarithms that are all different pieces, and you're going to put them back together. So basically what happens is if you have a log of a product, you can split that up as to the log of the first factor plus the log of the second factor. If you have a log of a fraction, then it'll be the log of the numerator minus the log of the denominator. And if you have a log to x to a power, well, notice that I'll write this one out. This is an easy proof. Log base b of x of n is just log base b of x times x times x times, and there's just n of these. And so that's just going to be log base b of x plus log base b of x plus log base b of x, and there's going to be n terms. And these are all like terms, so they'll combine and just give you n log base b of x. So this basically, this property here is just repeated uses of property 1 n times. One warning, and this is something I used to do that I never understood about logarithms, is that log of x over y, the log does not distribute to the numerator and denominator. Please don't do this. Somebody always does it, and please don't do that. That is wrong. And trust me, I know it's wrong because I used to do it wrong. So now I do it right, and you should too. So let's look at a couple examples here. So the first one, this is going to be a tearing apart one. So we're going to have ln of 3x cubed y over z to the 7th. So first thing you're going to do is there's a fraction, so you're going to split apart the fraction. So this is going to be ln of 3x cubed y minus ln of z to the 7th power. And then we're going to use the product to sum formula twice here, and we'll have ln of 3 plus ln of x cubed plus ln of y. And notice that our definition was only for two factors, but if you have a product that has more than two factors, in this case 3x cubed and y, it's just one big sum, so you don't have to worry about that. And then we'll have the minus n z to the 7th. And notice that the instructions say sum or difference of logarithms, but I actually notice that you still have a product in here you have to simplify. So in order to simplify that, you have to use property 3. And so this is going to be ln of 3 plus 3 ln of x plus ln of y minus 7 ln of z. So this is the final form I want because this is technically a sum. This is a product that's not simplified, and we need to simplify that product first, just like we did when we simplified this product. So that's the first example. Second example, write this as a single logarithm. So the first thing you should do when these is if you have coefficients out front, you should always bring them inside. So log base 10 of x cubed plus log base y to the 4th minus log of z. And then what we're going to do is we're going to combine. So notice that this minus turns things into fractions. So we're going to leave the minus for last. So we're going to combine these two terms using the sum to product formula. So this is going to be log of x cubed y to the 4th. And this is going to equal minus log of z. And now that we have a log minus a log, we can use the subtraction to fraction property. So we'll have log of x cubed y to the 4th all over z, and that is our answer. Alright, this last one is one that trips people every time. Now we have two subtractions. Now that means do we have two fractions? And if you approach it a certain way, the answer is yes. And I will tell you that most people that approach it that way get it wrong. So let me tell you the preferred method, which is the easiest method to tackle this type of problem. So we are going to take, so again, the first thing you want to do is bring the numbers in. You do not want to take the negative when you bring the exponent inside. So this is going to be just log 2 of x minus log 2 of y squared minus log 2 of z to the fourth. And now, in order to deal with this negative, you're going to factor it out of the last two terms. So this will be log base 2 of x minus log base 2 of y squared minus log base 2 of z to the fourth. And I made a sign error. That should be a positive. And now notice that this turns the problem from something that would have two fractions in it, chances are a fraction within a fraction, to something that just can only be expressed as one fraction. So that's very important. If you have two terms with minus signs, two or more terms with minus signs, factor it out. So then we combine what's in the parentheses together. So that will be log base 2 of x comes along. And then combining these using the sum to product formula, this will be log base 2 of y squared z to the fourth. And now notice we're down to a single subtraction, so we can combine the two logs into a single log, and this will be log base 2 of x divided by y squared z to the fourth. And this is our final answer. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. Up next is the change the base formula. See you then.